Your car's AC is dying right now because of something you're doing every single day, and you have no idea. I'm talking about 6 common habits that are destroying your AC system years before it should fail. And by the time you notice, you're looking at a $1,500 to $3,000 repair bill. And habit number 4, almost everyone is guilty of it. I've been diagnosing and repairing AC systems for over 12 years, and I see the same patterns over and over. People do things they think are normal or harmless, then act shocked when their AC fails prematurely. Today, I'm exposing the 5 habits that are killing your AC and giving you the fixes that'll save you thousands in repairs. Some of these are going to surprise you. Habit number 1, blasting the AC immediately on max. Here's the most common one. You get in your car on a hot day, it's like an oven inside, so you immediately crank the AC to max cold, max fan speed, and recirculation mode. Seems logical, right? Get the cold air moving as fast as possible, but you're actually working against yourself and stressing your AC system. When your car has been sitting in the sun, the interior can reach 150 to 200 degrees or more. Your AC system isn't designed to fight that kind of extreme temperature difference immediately. What happens is, your compressor kicks on at full load. Your evaporator is trying to condense massive amounts of moisture from superheated air, and your system is working harder than it needs to. Here's what that does. The extreme load on startup stresses your compressor, which is the most expensive component to replace. The sudden temperature shock causes stress on seals and hoses, which can lead to refrigerant leaks. And your evaporator core gets overwhelmed with moisture, which creates a breeding ground for mold and bacteria that cause that horrible smell. The smarter approach? When you first get in, open your windows and drive for about 30 seconds to a minute with the windows down. This lets the superheated air escape naturally. Then, close the windows, start your AC on a moderate setting, maybe level 2 or 3 fan speed, and gradually increase it as the system starts cooling. Your AC will actually cool the cabin faster this way because it's working efficiently, not fighting impossible conditions. And here's a bonus tip. Use the fresh air mode initially, not recirculation. Let the system pull in outside air to help push that superheated air out, then switch to recirculation once things start cooling down. Habit number 2, never running the AC in winter. Here's one that surprises people. You don't use the AC in winter because you don't need cold air, so you just never turn it on for months. Seems like you're saving wear and tear, right? Wrong. You're actually setting yourself up for expensive failures. Your AC system has multiple components that rely on refrigerant circulation to stay lubricated. The compressor has internal seals, the system has O-rings and hose connections. When you don't run the AC for extended periods, those seals dry out. Dry seals crack and leak. We've seen this constantly in northern climates. People come in at the start of summer and their AC doesn't work because it leaked all the refrigerant over the winter through dried out seals. Now you're paying for a leak diagnosis, a repair, and a recharge. That's $300 to $800 because you didn't run the AC for 10 minutes once a month. The fix is simple. Run your AC for at least 10 to 15 minutes every 2 to 4 weeks, even in winter. I don't care if it's snowing outside. Turn the heat on if you want, but also turn the AC button on. The system needs to circulate refrigerant and lubricate those seals. And here's a bonus benefit. Running the AC in winter actually helps defrost your windows faster because the AC removes moisture from the air. Most modern cars automatically turn on the AC when you hit the defrost button for exactly this reason.
Habit 3, ignoring weird smells. You turn on your AC and get hit with a musty, moldy smell. Maybe it goes away after a few minutes, so you ignore it, or you think it's just how AC smells. This is a huge mistake, and it's a sign of a problem that's getting worse. That smell is mold and bacteria growing on your evaporator core. Your evaporator is where the actual cooling happens. Warm air passes over cold coils, moisture condenses out, and cool air blows into your cabin. That condensation is supposed to drain away, but some always remains on the evaporator fins. When you shut off your car immediately after running AC, that evaporator is cold and wet. Perfect environment for mold and bacteria growth. Over time, this buildup gets worse. It's not just gross, it can cause health issues, especially for people with allergies or respiratory problems. But here's the part that affects your wallet. That biological growth can actually clog your evaporator fins, reducing airflow and cooling efficiency. It can clog your condensate drain, causing water to back up into your cabin. And it creates corrosion that can eventually damage the evaporator core itself, which is a $1,000 plus repair because the entire dashboard has to come out. The fix? About 2 minutes before you reach your destination, turn off the AC, but leave the fan running on high with fresh air mode. This dries out the evaporator and prevents that moisture from sitting there breeding mold. Do this every time. And if you already have the smell, get an evaporator cleaning service. Most shops can do this for about $100 to $200. It's way cheaper than replacing an evaporator. Habit 4. Running AC with clogged cabin air filter. Remember I said habit 4 is one almost everyone is guilty of? When was the last time you changed your cabin air filter? If you can't remember, it's clogged and it's killing your AC performance and potentially damaging components. Your cabin air filter sits between the outside air intake and your evaporator. It's supposed to catch dust, pollen, leaves, and debris before they reach your AC system. Most people never think about it until their airflow becomes noticeably weak. Here's what a clogged cabin filter does. It restricts airflow across your evaporator, which means your AC has to work harder to cool the same amount of air. Your compressor cycles more frequently and runs longer. Your blower motor works harder trying to push air through the restriction, which can cause premature motor failure. And reduced airflow means reduced cooling efficiency, so you crank the AC higher, making everything worse. We've pulled cabin filters that were completely packed with leaves, dead bugs, and so much dirt they were solid blocks. The customer complained their AC was weak and made noise. We replaced the filter, and suddenly everything worked perfectly. That's a $20 to $40 filter preventing a $300 blower motor replacement or putting unnecessary stress on a $1,500 compressor. The fix? Check your owner's manual for the replacement interval, usually every 12 to 15,000 miles or once a year. Most cabin filters are easy to access and replace yourself. Often they're behind the glove box or under the hood near the windshield. It takes 10 minutes and costs $20 to $40. Don't skip this.
Habit number 5. Ignoring small leaks and low cooling. Your AC isn't blowing as cold as it used to. Maybe it works okay on the highway, but struggles in stop-and-go traffic. You figure it's just getting old, or maybe it needs a recharge eventually, but it's not urgent. This attitude turns a small problem into a massive repair bill. AC systems are sealed. If your cooling performance is declining, you have a leak somewhere. Refrigerant doesn't just get weak or wear out. If the system is losing cooling capacity, it's losing refrigerant. Here's why waiting is expensive. Refrigerant level drops, your compressor starts to lose lubrication. See, the refrigerant carries lubricating oil through the system. Low refrigerant means low oil circulation. Your compressor starts running dry and wearing internally. The fix? If your AC performance drops noticeably, get it diagnosed immediately. A leak detection service costs maybe $100 to $150. Finding and fixing a small leak might cost $300 to $500 total. That's way better than waiting until you need a complete system overhaul. Stop these habits, and your AC will last the life of your vehicle instead of failing at 80,000 miles. Now be honest in the comments, which of these habits are you guilty of? And if this just saved you from a huge repair bill, hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one.